think we are live. Welcome to UGR. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So in this video, I just wanted to kind of update you on some of the things that have been happening with me in the world of print on demand. So first of all, I just really want to talk about merch by Amazon. There's been a lot of news, some updates. There's a lot of stuff happening in merch by Amazon. So I just wanted to kind of update you on what's been happening with me. So I think it was like a couple of weeks ago, I got tiered up to 13,000. And mostly what that was due because, I guess my designs have been starting to be posted onto the UK website and the German website. My top sellers have all pretty much been pop sockets. So I've been doing really well. My top 4 are all pop sockets. So I've been doing really well. I think price range, I'm at $12.99, $14.99, keeping it. Actually, it's either $12.99 or it's $14.99. Sometimes when it's a very simple design, I will start it off at $11.99. But for the most part, I started at $12.99, and if I see I get a few sales, I'll bump it up to $14.99. So I'm doing really well with pop sockets. I'm really designing for the pop sockets. So I'm not necessarily seeing as much success with my t-shirts design converted into pop sockets, but the ones that have been selling really well, I've specifically designed it for pop sockets, whether it be something more artsy or a drawing or pattern. So those have been doing really well for me. So another news, how I mentioned, I have been selling in the UK and German market. I think I'm doing a little better with the German market. But I do want to share a few things. Now, when you do post in the German market, they do want you to translate the stuff into German. So initially, I was using Google Translate to do this. So I would kind of break it down into phrases like, let's say I was doing a cat t-shirt. I'll be like, funny cat t-shirt, then I'll go translate it and then kind of go step by step like that. So like say funny cat t-shirt, that's done. Great cat mom, black cat mom design, and then I'll translate that. So I don't necessarily do the full phrase because I do think there'll be more of a chance the translation will be incorrect. So I kind of do that. Now, initially, how I mentioned, I was doing Google Translate, but right now I'm using deepl.com translator. Let me see if I can show you. It's here. So it's deepl.com translator. So have a look at that. I've heard many people suggest this one to do the translation that's a little bit better than the Google Translate. So yeah, so I'm pretty much using this to translate my listings into the German market. Now, as for trademark, I haven't been doing too much of this, but what I've been hearing a lot of people suggest is this website. So have a look at marcaria.com. So it's trademark/search.marcaria.com. So have a look at this one. I heard people suggest to use this one. Haven't really gone too deep into this, but once I do kind of get familiar with this website, I'll definitely just be looking into trademarks here if I'm going to be posting in the UK and in the German market. In other news is the whole AMS thing. So now Amazon is inviting a lot more people into the AMS integration. I don't know if it's an integration, but in the AMS platform, so you can advertise your listings. Now, I did get accepted a bit earlier than most people, so I did play around a little bit with it. So when I initially started, I did some headline ads, and then I did some sponsored product ads. I was doing a lot better with the headline ads, and then I got kind of in contact with Amazon. They told me that they suggested that I do more sponsored product ads. but I was getting a lot better results with the headline ads. Now with the headline ads, I was, you can list, I think, 4 products. So I was listing pop sockets as well as t-shirts. So I think I listed a 1 pop socket and then 3 t-shirts. And I did pretty decently well with that, as opposed to when I did the sponsored product ads, when I'm only doing 1 listing or 1 t-shirt. I wasn't really converting anything. I think I did like 3 or 4 sponsored product ads. Like I think I made 1 sale out of that. As opposed when I did the headline ads, I got a lot more of a better conversion. Now all this I'm pretty much learning. Um, Amazon does provide some training videos, so I'll try to link that down there below later in time, and you can have a look at those. So I am learning how to use AMS, and hopefully I'll be using this in the future. But initially, if you're starting off, I would definitely take baby steps. Don't spend too much money. And most people that I've heard, you know, that are learning AMS, they start off with a small budget of $5 a day, $10 a day. So I'm gonna learn hopefully this, and which will benefit us in the future. So stay tuned for that. Another thing that is pretty cool is that I did get accepted in the whole Amazon collab or merch collab. I did submit my first design, and then I got approved in it. So that's really good. What kind of sucks is can't really talk too much about it. They have a lot of stuff that they don't really want you to communicate too much of that information. So that is pretty much it for the whole merch collab thing. That one. But if you are a designer, I definitely would suggest to get in it. I personally, I'm not going to spend too much time in it, because you have the chance of working really hard on a design and having it rejected, and then you can't really do much with it. So I will do a little bit of that. Luckily, my first design did get approved, so I'm really happy with that. But I won't be spending too much time, but I will kind of dabble in it here and there. And hopefully in the future, I could talk about this, but currently that's kind of like they just don't really want people to talk too much about that. All right. Another thing I was kind of learning is to build your own brand page. So if you check out Merch Informer, they posted a blog on how to build a brand page on Amazon. I'll kind of give you a sneak peek of mine. I'm kind of starting to build that up. But if you want to build your own brand page, go to Merch Informer, go to the blog, and they'll have a pretty decent tutorial. And I'll just kind of show you mine and how it kind of looks. Let's go into. So here's my brand page. So I have to make this a little better, but I was just trying it out, seeing how it works. So here's an example of mine. I'm going to show you an example of a brand like Rick and Morty. So this is something you can build, right? Have a lot better graphics. You can make pages. So right here, you can make pages, right? Obviously, they have a lot more options, but if you are in the Merch by Amazon program, you can probably do your t-shirts, your pop sockets, sweaters, hoodies. So that is pretty good if you are thinking of building a brand. All right, so that's pretty much it with Merch by Amazon. And then I kind of want to talk about Etsy. They had recently their Labor Day sale this past few days. Yesterday, I had 4 sales. So that was pretty good. Now, as towards Etsy, I did try to make listings towards the back to school thing. So I did do some kids' t-shirts, some backpacks. I only sold 1 backpack, and I think I only sold 1 kid's t-shirts. Most of the sales are still women t-shirts and women tops. So I guess it's just have to focus mostly on that, or either my designs for kids aren't that appealing to kids. I'm not really sure, but most of my success and most of my sales are basically women's tops and women's t-shirts. I do mostly just use Bella Canva. And the reason I use Bella Canva, I personally like the feel of the material, and I also like the options of colors. They have a lot more color selection in with Etsy, with Bella Canva. Another print on demand site that I'm doing pretty decently is Redbubble. I do get pretty much daily sales. Now, as I mentioned this before, it's mostly just stickers. So it's pretty much 30 cents here, 30 cents there. So it's not too much. Here and there, I'll get a t-shirt sale, but for the most part, it's mostly stickers and doing really well with two designs. Almost get sales consistently with these two designs. So that's kind of growing. Have to, I don't know if to put more effort into Redbubble or not. But I think I've gotten up to like $50, $60 consistently every month. So, it's still good. So that is it. Now, if you guys have any questions, I think I have 3 people live. Just hit me up and I'll help you out. But if not, thanks for hanging out with me in this Google Hangout. And oh yeah, I also got this tablet I mentioned before. So I'm trying really just to learn Procreate. So like kind of doing patterns. Let's kind of show you some other stuff here. So I've been, learning to draw on this. I'm really enjoying it, really liking it. Even my wife is really digging this program, starting to do like floral things. So hopefully I'll be kind of doing more of my designs on this. I'm also using the Adobe Illustrator one. I'm still learning this one. But what I like about Adobe Draw compared to Adobe Draw with this kind of their Illustrator version is it is vector opposed to Procreate where you can actually see that it's pixel based. So that's like the only huge difference. And I don't think you can see it. Yeah, you can see it. You see how it's pixel? So that's the only difference. I did download Over. So a lot of people suggest to use Over app for designing on tablets and iPhones, and so I heard a lot of people do like using this app. So I'll give this a try. But I prefer just without even trying. I prefer using Illustrator and Photoshop, and hopefully now I'm going to be using Procreate. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So that is it. If you guys don't have any questions, if you'd like to say hi, I'll see you probably in the next video. Thanks for hanging out. Peace.